should ask the Europeans if they're gonna compete. But we haven't questioned what they've been doing, but we're gonna question the old heads and the Americans. These two dudes out there, Luca and Jokic, they don't care about the game at all. These dudes be laying on the floor, they shoot from half court, but you gotta worry about the old heads playing hard. I can read between the lines, bro. And I'm just thinking a lot of times, I'm just saying that I can read between the lines.
Is it any wonder? Is it any wonder why there has been minimal publicity for NBA All-Star Weekend? Yesterday afternoon, we talked about the pending cancellation of bowl season in college football. Last week, we talked about the Pro Bowl needing to be pulled off of life support. But you could make a very strong case that outside of the WNBA dump, which should have been forced into bankruptcy decades ago and should be temporarily canceled this season, but outside of the WNBA dump, you could make a strong case that no other event in sports is in more dire need of cancellation than the NBA All-Star Game. I have been doing YouTube full-time for 5 years now. Every year in the last 5 years, the All-Star Game has been an absolute embarrassment to this league. I know Kevin Durant was joking around here. I know he was making a funny with the jock sniffers in the mainstream media, but the funniest jokes always have an element of truth. Kevin Durant is trying to deflect blame. Instead of just saying, we're going to do our best to give the fans a show this weekend. Instead of trying to be a leader and hoping younger players will follow the lead of Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and actually try, they are shifting blame and they are claiming, well, Luka and Jokic don't try at the All-Star Game. How come everyone always blames us? The reason you get all the blame is because your generation of NBA players started this trend. I know Kevin Durant doesn't like to view himself as a vocal leader, but the truth is, younger players look up to him. Younger players look up to LeBron James. If they are giving maximum effort at the All-Star Game this weekend, everyone else will follow their lead. But if they treat the All-Star Game like it doesn't matter, then why in the hell would anyone else give maximum effort? If the oldest dudes in the league aren't trying, they are sending a clear message to everyone that the game doesn't matter. I really hope the NBA seizes the opportunity that they are being given this weekend. This is a golden opportunity for the league to win back America. This league is desperate for good publicity. Damn near half the league is already tanking. Hell, some teams started driving the Bruce caboose before Christmas. Utah hasn't gotten off the tank in years. The other night, the Lakers rested damn near their entire starting lineup in a marquee game against the Spurs. The disease of load management has reemerged. Dudes who are paid tens of millions of dollars to play basketball for a living can't seem to find the motivation to play basketball. But this weekend is a major opportunity for the NBA. To his credit, Adam Silver stole the NHL's format of America versus the world, and the timing for the NBA is perfect. Seems like every day Olympic athletes are releasing their toxic ass gas anytime America is even mentioned. We have Olympians pretending to be ashamed to represent America on a global stage. The NFL just gave the entire country a spoon and told America to eat its ass. The Super Bowl became the anti-American bowl featuring Captain Doofus, or as it's pronounced in Bad Booger's native language, Capitan Tonto. The anti-American Bowl featured Bad Booger, who refused to speak English. The Super Bowl was a divisive, politicized event that was marketed to the country as a night of unity and friendship. This weekend is the perfect opportunity for the NBA to embrace America. The All-Star Game is featuring the best players from America against the best players in the world. It's a simple formula that has worked many times in the past. Hell, it worked just last year for the NHL. But in order for this to work, NBA players have to actually show up. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel is in the description below. Earlier today on the second channel, talked about another Olympic athlete embarrassing the country. Breezy Johnson won a gold medal in skiing. She was interviewed by CBS, and Breezy took this as an opportunity to share her sexuality with the world. Not only am I a gold medal winner, I'm also a bisexual. According to Breezy, she is sharing her chosen identity in the LGBT alphabet to show other identifiers that not all champions are straight white men. Whatever the hell that means, we talked about it earlier, so if you haven't already, click the link in the description below, subscribe to the second channel. Last year, in place of their All-Star Game, the NHL put together a tournament. Players represented their home countries, and they competed in hockey games that were really meaningless. The games themselves didn't count, but to their credit, the NHL found a way to make the games matter. The Four Nations tournament last year was a massive success. I know this is difficult for the feminine beard chasers and the mainstream media to understand, but normal people take pride in their country. And I'm not talking about the gay pride. Normal people are proud to be from America or Denmark. Hell, there are even a few Canadians who are proud to be from Canada. All kidding aside, the format was absolutely brilliant. It pushed the NHL back into the mainstream, and they have experienced their best ratings in years this season. This weekend, the NBA has the same opportunity. Does the All-Star Game actually matter? No, but that does not mean it doesn't have to matter. Adam Silver has set the stage. All the players have to do is show up and give effort. If LeBron James and Kevin Durant treat the game like it matters, everyone else will follow. If they don't, things will go from bad to worse for the NBA. No one is talking about All-Star Weekend right now. This used to be one of the biggest events of the year. NBA All-Star Weekend used to attract major celebrities, members of the media. They wanted to be there. Today, everyone looks for a reason not to go. Hell, the media would actually be doing the NBA a favor by not showing up. Because once again, the worldwide leader in woke, ESPN, they are trying to make everything about race. I know. Shocker. Do you guys remember David the Junior Doofus? He used to be a panelist on Around the Horn. The Junior Doofus is one of the reasons that dump was canceled. But since the cancellation of Around the Horn, ESPN buried David Doofus on Anscape. Well, Uncle KC, what the hell is Anscape? Anscape is ESPN's website that is dedicated to mythical racism. It's where ESPN buries people they're afraid to fire because they don't want to be accused of fake racism. So they continue paying their salaries to write garbage for Anscape, knowing that no one will ever read it. Yesterday morning, ESPN pulled David Doofus out of the Anscape dungeon, and they featured him on First Take. And it took him no time to inject mythical racism into the conversation. Watch for yourself.
We're going to talk about what KD really said. He said is that he is tired of the way that everybody uses when they talk specifically about NBA players, Black American NBA players. They always use every excuse to call them lazy and say that they don't deserve the money that they get. This is a conversation that comes around all the time, and they use it specifically around All-Star games. They use it with load management, use it with all this other stuff. Kevin Durant is simply pointing out everybody treats this game the same. Ask Luka these questions. Ask Jokic this question. When the NHL has a competitive U.S. versus the world tournament last year, it's about how the NBA players are lazy, and you're making character judgments on NBA players. That's what Kevin Durant is saying.
Is he right? I know you're saying what Kevin Durant is saying. Is he right in your mind?
Absolutely right.
Are they calling out just Black NBA players?
They're using the way that the All-Star game is to talk about these 100 millionaire Black American players.
To his credit, Stephen A. Smith tried. He tried to stop David Doofus. He tried to prevent him from graduating from doofus to dunce. But the junior doofus, he decided to double down on mythical racism. NBA players are not criticized because they're Black. NBA players aren't criticized for being lazy because of their skin tone. They're criticized for being lazy because for some reason every February they forget how to play basketball during the All-Star game. This is the reason Adam Silver moved a large portion of NBA coverage over to NBC and Amazon. And look. It's not just ESPN making the All-Star game all about race. Earlier this week, Nick Wright was on Bill Simmons' podcast. Surprisingly, Nicky did not have an emotional meltdown. He didn't break down in tears as he apologized for his white privilege. What he should be apologizing for is that haircut. Next time Nick Wright goes to see his beautician, I suggest she use scissors and a mirror. But anyway, Nick Wright came up with a brilliant suggestion to revitalize the All-Star game. Hey, Billy, it's me, Nicky. I've got an idea that's great. This is really gonna knock your socks off. Let's make the All-Star game Black versus white. We can recreate the Civil War. Doesn't that sound amazing? If we had an honest media, if we had a media that didn't spank the skin off their wanker every time they heard a bedtime story about mythical racism, then maybe this wouldn't be the worst idea. But could you imagine ESPN's coverage of a Black versus white All-Star game? Every time Luka Doncic was fouled by a Black player, that wasn't a foul, this league is racist. Every time Jokic blocked a shot, this isn't fair. He has a clear height advantage. This man is racist. It would be an absolute disaster. And the media, they would use it as another opportunity to divide the country. But the NBA has the opportunity this weekend to unite the country. It's America versus the world. The story writes itself. The patriotism is automatic. With the Olympics, with the flaming ass fire at the Super Bowl, the country is looking for a reason to unite. The question is, will NBA players seize the opportunity? Or will the All-Star game be another embarrassment? You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.